Hi, good evening, Gotham. Uh, I'm Ryan Dole, and this is Gotham City Tonight. No Lexi with us. She's out celebrating her husband's graduation, not from high school. She's not like that. However, so she's not in. She'll be back next week. Next week, she'll be back on the Friday episode. Might do a Wednesday episode with Jay from Geek Dad Life, and we're gonna do a review on Black Adam. Brandon, you're more than welcome to join us as well for that. I know you love movies because that's
Yeah,
the
I
guy
haven't
that's
seen.
next to me this way.
I haven't seen Black Adam.
That's okay. Neither have I. I'm going to try and go this way.
Okay,
And
that's fair.
and Brandon's here joining me. He is the owner. He is the COO, the emperor of BC DeLorean and other movie cars. That is his
Yes.
garage behind him. Yes, that is a time machine from Back to the Future. There is so much more in that garage, folks. You have no idea. I believe to your left, there's probably an Ecto One.
Yeah, in front of me actually, but just peeking over here, that's the roof of the Mirthmobile from
Screen
Wayne's
used,
World.
correct?
Screen used, yes.
From Wayne's World 1.
From Wayne's World 1, yes.
That is folks, you have no idea. I have been in this garage and it just blows my mind. And nothing tells me that there's going to be even more the next time I'm there. So thank you for everyone who's tuning in right now. Thank you for everyone who's watching. I only see two people kind of talking in the chat here. First, we'll give a shout out to Derpy501st. Mr. Derp, we did see everything that you wrote. It is extremely long. It is extremely well thought out. Lexi's not here. We're going to wait till Lexi is back because we were like, we got to wait because she saw them too. Awesome stuff. But yeah, dude, trust me. At one point, we are going to get into it. I need to have Lexi here. Justin, thank you for being here. And yes, you should be extremely jealous. This is why I brought in the expert, because there's a Batmobile for sale. We gotta talk about it. Toy Anxiety, Craig and Abby, thank you.
Whoop,
Thank you
whoop.
for hanging out with us tonight. Mustache Mayhem, thank you for being here. Riley, Bob, Abigail Gardner, yo, what's going on?
Yo.
Two different accounts. This is the best. Lifelong Toy Collector.
Hello.
Awesome. Thank you for being here as well. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, let's get into this actually, right before we get into the car, I do want to give everyone else a heads up. Next week, Lexi and I definitely want to talk about this. Again, it's more comic book related. I did hit the comic book store today. I had to. The death of Superman 30th anniversary. Oh God, it made me feel so old. Like really old, dude. Like you already know that like I'm old, but man, like this is like right when I was getting into this happened. The actual death of Superman happened like right before I got into comics.
Were those the issues that came in the black bags?
Yes. So get this, they have a variant that comes in a black bag, and my
Mm,
local comic store upped the price to $30 for the one in the black bag.
mm.
Pieces of shit. How I was so mad.
Have you seen what the covers are? Or
I
is it
have
just
seen what the covers are, but I wanted the Dan Jurgens. He's like there wasn't a Tom Grummett cover, at least if there is one, I didn't see it. Tom Grummett was also a big part of the death of Superman. He is from my hometown of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. He
Oh
still
wow.
lives there. I usually see him on Wednesdays. If I go to the comic book stores on Wednesdays while I'm back home, so he still shows up at the comic shops. So I might drag this along with me and just get it signed by him. Actually,
That's
I should
cool.
probably get my other one signed by him too. I still haven't. I get so freaking weird about it. But yes, we are going to talk about that. And again, like I said, like man, I remember getting into comics, and the guy at the comic book store. This is over on Second Avenue Second Avenue in Saskatoon. It was a place called Tramps, and it was one of those like it was dark, it was seedy, it was like, this is like, an early 90s comic book store
Yeah.
at the very best. And he was just like, and I was buying my Robin comics, and he's like, you are jumping on into getting into comics at the best time. And he said, pay attention to Superman.
Yeah.
And sure enough, yeah, I paid attention. Then he died. So, but I got Superboy out of it. So
But not really. Spoiler alert: Superman didn't actually die.
Whoa. Are we
Sorry.
doing spoilers here? I guess so.
Sorry.
Spoiler alert.
It's been 30 years.
It's yeah, he's still around. He's getting movies again too.
Yes.
I picked up the new Tim Drake Robin issue 1. I think we're at issue 2 at this point. But I really wanted to pick up number 1 just so I could check it out for myself. I know Lexi has very strong opinions on it. But again, Tim Drake's my boy. Funny we're talking about 30 years ago, because again, I remember picking up Robin number 1, also drawn by Tom Grummett, Saskatoon legend. I was also suggested to pick this up, the new Golden Age. They're bringing back the JSA. They do this every now and again. However, apparently they're bringing back the old continuity. If you know anything about the old continuity of the JSA, you know the Huntress. She has a special relation to people and to some big names. Apparently they're bringing that back. I'm not sure how they're going to do that. That sounds to me like it's going to make a big mess within the also regular continuity. So again, we'll see where that goes. But I haven't read these yet. We're going to talk about them next week. So if anyone wants to go to the comic book shop, pick those up, and then review along with us next week, there you go. There's your heads up.
I have a single Batman comic book in the collection in this garage right now. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to see if you know. I don't know it. Yeah, I don't know anything about it other than the fact that I'll explain why I have it.
Okay. There he goes. See, I don't know if you folks can see back there. His cars are stacked. That is just crazy. Hang on. Let's Mustache Mayhem. Just curious, following up to your unboxing, did the Flying Fist Batman fit in the Neon Batmobile? I actually haven't checked, but I've got him standing next to it on my shelf. You could actually, he's so neon. If you look there in the corner,
Yeah, you can see it.
Right there. He's that bright. Like, he stands out that much. Like, it's insane. Back there's like other Batmobiles. Can't see them. They're black. Boom. That's Ninja Force right there for you.
Okay, so here is the one Batman comic that I have in the collection, in the movie car garage, as we call it. It is Batman issue 463.
Is that done by Mike Golden?
Grant Breyfogle and Mitchell.
Yes.
Far from civilization, he must confront the unthinkable.
Well, what happens? Why do you have it? Why this one?
This comic appears in one episode of Mr. Bean.
Oh.
So one of the movie cars we have is a replica of Mr. Bean's Mini. And there's an episode where Mr. Bean goes to the is it the doctor's office, or no, it's the dentist's office, I think. He goes to the office, and there's a little boy reading this Batman comic, and he wants to read the Batman comic.
Right.
So
yeah. I know the episode.
And as soon as he gets the comic, he gets called in. But yeah. I was rewatching it, doing the research when we were building the car. And as soon as I was like, oh, I need to find that Batman comic. So I did. So it lives in my Mr. Bean Mini.
That
Batman
is
463.
That's so good. I also have to give Brandon props here. For those who don't know him, you are the ultimate sorcerer. Not sorcerer, though you do magic, and you do have a Harry Potter car in there.
Not in here yet. It's on its way. It's on a boat, so it takes a long time.
It's coming. But regardless, it's you have this ability to see something in the background, and you're always able to find it.
Yeah.
Like this skill that you have is absolutely incredible, because you're able to find the correct milk crate.
Yeah, these are I made these. So I just tracked down the same mug. I mean, this information's sort of out there. It's this particular brand of mug,
Right.
but finding this I don't know.
It's too bad that movie's not canon, because those
Oh
would be
yeah, sorry,
amazing.
I forgot. I
Yeah.
forgot. I forgot. But yeah, no, that's exactly what my favorite thing to do is to track down weird little things. Like, so we were talking about the Mr. Bean mini. Well,
Yep.
Mr. Bean famously, he locks his door with a gate latch and a padlock. So
Yes.
I thought it would be easy to just go to like the hardware store and find a gate latch in this particular style. Um, and I could not find it anywhere. I ended up having to buy one from England. So this particular lock company is based out of England, and they make this style of like galvanized steel gate latches. And so I ended up buying two just in case. But
Right.
you know, there's yeah, that's
One to display and one just in case.
exactly, it actually is in the display case.
But it's like
But yeah,
it's funny because you'd think the first place you would check is somewhere in England where the show's made.
but it was just so like it seems so common. Like it's just a garden gate latch with like with a slide on it, and then it goes down, and you put the padlock on it. So I was like,
Right.
it's got to be simple, but to find the exact style, that was the hard part. But yeah, like the Mirthmobile that's pictured behind me, that one is the screen used one, but we actually have a second one that we built ourselves, and I had to track
That's the
down
one you drive
everything.
around.
That's the one I drive around, yes. Um, but I tracked down the exact same Panasonic cassette stereo deck that's in the car, and that's just through screenshots. I take the screenshots. I Here's my little trick. I edit the photos, so I increase exposure and brightness and contrast, and that's how I find a lot of things, because there's lots of information hidden in the colorization of film, right? Like they put all these color effects on film. I mean,
Yep.
and so when like for example the Wayne's World Panasonic tape deck, the scene is just kind of dark, right? They're driving at night, and they're only hitting streetlights every once in a while. So if you take a screenshot where they've hit a street light, you get a little bit more light, and then yeah, you just edit the photo, increase the brightness, increase the exposure, and you get a little bit more detail, a little bit more button definition. So then I can count, okay, there's 3 buttons along the bottom. And then I just go to like Google search basically, and I type in 90s cassette tape deck, and I just look through images upon images until something looks close or right. And then I get the name Panasonic, right? Or something like that. Or yeah, or like another example is I'm building, I've built an ET bike, and
Yes.
the 4K cover of the movie, you can see the word corporation on the basket. So then I just Googled vintage plastic milk crate and looked through images and images until I found one that said the word corporation on it. And then I was able to match that to the movie and found out what basket they used in the original film. And now I have three of them, three baskets. So
Not screen used from ET.
no, I do love the term sorcerer, though. I think I've never heard anyone describe what I do as a sorcerer. So I really enjoy that.
Yeah.
Plus,
You
it
could
sounds
take
like sorcerer. Yeah,
dude,
I'm taking it.
take it. Yeah, take
I'm,
it and run with it.
yeah, I'm a sorcerer.
Also, thank you, Christopher. Uh, fin- Finally getting to watch the live show. Love this and Toy Anxiety. Thank you so much for
Yeah, I
hanging
love
out
toy
and
anxiety
tuning in.
too. Truth be told, it's hard for me to adjust to talking, because I'm used to just watching you on this show and watching you on Toy Anxiety. So I'm like, you're talking, and I'm just like listening, typing in the chat.
Yeah, yeah. This is so cool. Hang on. So we're gonna take a look at this Batmobile that's just
Mhm.
went up for sale. $1.5 million.
Yep.
That's a lot of cash.
Yep.
Uh, but let's take a look. Batmobile for sale. Hang on. We'll be because we are the number one automotive podcast on YouTube.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
For
No,
those who don't know, but
for
there it
sure.
is. This looks like a toy. This looks like a toy from Kenner because it's so shiny.
Yeah.
It is.
There's
It was really kept in good condition.
yeah. There's a couple dusty photos I noticed.
Oh, there's my favorite scene. Has nothing to do with the Batmobile, but I love that scene. But they do have some interior shots.
Yeah. Those are some, that honestly, that's I think some of the coolest stuff. Mainly because like there is replica Burton Batmobiles out there, and
Yes.
they get them pretty right. You know, it's a fiberglass shell, but I think yeah, some of the coolest stuff in these screen used cars is what is on the inside, especially. I think there might be a better photo of it, but the hidden driver steering wheel.
Yes, there is. You can kind of see it there, but you are correct. There is a
But, and that's always the most interesting stuff, and what makes this a special, you know, screen used car besides, you know, paperwork.
There we go.
Yeah, there it is. Now, um, I did
Oh,
celebrate the holidays by watching my first Christmas movie today, Batman Returns.
yep, it's one of my
Just
favorite
because
Christmas movies as well.
I just wanted to, because they talk about the scene um, that this vehicle was used in, is the scene in Batman Returns when the Penguin is controlling the Batmobile with Batman inside. Because I couldn't remember anything like too crazy from it. And watching the movie again, I was like, why did they have this additional driver? I don't understand. The only time that you actually see Batman in the Batmobile, there's just the driver side window beside him,
Right,
right? It's such a weird choice to make this whole vehicle with this additional driver seat, because that whole sequence, it's shots of the Penguin on his little like toy version of the Batmobile, which is
right.
hilarious.
It's
Such a
awesome.
great choice. I love that design. Um, and then, you know, it's all exterior shots of the car sort of like driving crazy and whipping around corners, but it's a Batmobile, you don't see inside. So
Right.
that whole sequence, it's completely unnecessary to have this hidden driver. It's such a weird
It is a
choice,
weird
really.
choice. Yeah, I'm totally with you. Hang on, before we keep going, you got to answer this question from
Oh,
Mustache Mayhem.
sure, Mustache
Who do you
Mayhem.
build these for? Yourself for fun?
Okay, so the truth is, they kind of are just like a family collection. It's just something that over the course of we had a very small car collection, our family, before the pandemic, and then when there was nothing really to do, we just started going crazy, and movie cars just spoke to us. I actually don't know a lot about like cars, let's say, you know, like automotive information. You know, I can't tell you what kind of engine a car is supposed to have, all that like car guy stuff. I don't really know it. I know movies. My dad, on the other hand, he knows that stuff a little bit more. We have we're partners in a couple businesses that kind of specialize in. One is like an automotive shop. Another one is like a stereo and security system for vehicles. So like that's somewhat part of my dad's world, and so it sort of just came together because, you know, he is a child of the 70s and 80s. So all of these cars, like they're so important his upbringing, and as me, a massive fan of movies, like all of these cars are just as important to me. Like Back to the Future is my favorite movie. So it started as like we got the time machine and was like, oh, that's cool. We have a time machine as part of our car collection. We could we could rent it out. You know, we could do events with the time machine. And then it really just sort of snowballed into, well, you have one movie car. After getting the time machine, we got a Jurassic Park Jeep. And once you have a Jurassic Park Jeep, you have to have a Jurassic Park Explorer. So now we have three movie cars. And it just goes from there. Yeah, and now we have like 39 movie cars, I think. It might be over 40 now.
Right. But
And
that's
some of
including all of American Graffiti, correct?
yes, yeah, there's 6 American Graffiti cars we have. Which, you know, to some people are just classic cars. One's a 1955 Chevy, just a black 55 Chevy. Yeah, there's some specific things like a hood cowl, and you know we hang the skull in the rear view mirror.
Right.
But to some people, it's just a black 55 Chevy. But to other people, it's like, oh man, that's Bob Falfa's car, Harrison Ford's character from American Graffiti. And we
Right.
we we made the seats look the same as the American Graffiti car. We added in a fake roll bar inside the car to make it to match the
Right.
film. Um, but it's a little bit harder when it's like a time machine or like a Ghostbusters Ecto One. Like, no, those are those cars. Those are the movie cars. So,
Right.
but yeah, so the truth is, it's kind of just for us, it's a family thing, but we do share them. We bring them to events. People rent them for private events. You know, we had a big our local car show in the summer, and we brought 41 cars to this car show. Just
So
just
yeah,
just us.
that's insane. I love it though. I love it though. All right, should we keep going with this?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's
No,
keep
I
let's keep digging deep on this Batmobile. So if you
and
notice here, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, and we don't have a Batmobile in our collection
Yet.
yet. Yeah, Ryan and I are gonna split the cost of this
Correct. We are.
this Batmobile. Yeah, we talked about it.
And on the so what I noticed here with like the stunt driver, I shouldn't give in the quotations. That is exactly what that is. The stunt driver seat. There is it's got the fan there between the legs, so
Yeah,
clearly it
crotch
gets hot
fan.
in there. And oh God, we all need one of those. But I'm curious what the buttons are on either side.
So actually, I found the website that is selling the car, and they have
Oh,
a lot. They have a lot more photos. It might be in that article that you have. It's Classic Auto Mall. I don't know if there's a link in there,
oh,
but there
here it is.
was. Yes. So if you
Hang on.
go to that website,
Let
there's
me
a
get
lot more.
let me let that one load. Hang on. We're gonna stop sharing this one.
Because I believe there is a close up of those exact switches that you're talking about. Because I was looking at them today. See, that's the thing is some of my, like I was saying, some of my favorite stuff is all the inside. That's the movie magic. The
Right.
all the details that they put in for like the switches. They're not functioning, but it has to look like a Batmobile. So there's all these buttons and knobs and labels.
Gosh, there's so much. Okay.
Yeah, so there is a photo.
That one we saw.
Um, I think it's I think it's just a couple over from where your cursor was. I
We
think
got
you're
the
you're you're pretty close. If you go a few more photos, it looks like a silver box.
I'm still looking at all these. Okay, hang on. Let's
Okay,
not that silver box.
I think it's
Oh, that must be
yeah.
for
So
the engine.
for the flame, it's there's a flamethrower effect.
Oh, he's got an oil slick.
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah, it's
super
pretty cool.
cartoony. Like when you think about that, that's like,
Well, that's the thing is that sometimes, yeah, there's signatures there too.
yeah,
Um, the film may not call for an oil slick, but there is somebody or a team of people designing the dash of this Batmobile, and they're all just trying to think of like, okay, what would Batman have, right? What has Batman had in the past?
right.
So he may not actually use an oil slick, but it, yeah, that's what Batman would have.
That makes y- again, like you, like everyone talks about how
I,
like all the there's enough camp in here to you know, to keep that. I think I will always say Batman needs
that's
a
the
little
photo
bit of.
there. There it
All
is.
right, power steering, forward, reverse.
Verse
The
roof.
roof,
Yep.
lights.
And that's just for that stunt driver.
It's just for the stunt driver. I gotta say, like, yeah, you're right. There's when you kind of go in here, you can see it's a little dusty in some spots.
Yeah.
Uh, so
And
you're
there's some
right.
signatures on what would be the TV screen, I think.
That looks like it would be the TV screen.
The middle signature, it kind of looks yeah,
It. I don't think either one of. I don't think there's three signatures there. None of them look like they're Keaton,
no, or DeVito.
right?
They could be the builders.
I would assume that's what it is,
Yeah. But
right?
it is a very, very cool piece. 1.5 million US.
Yeah. Let's hear this. As someone who buys these, is is this overpriced?
I do think it's overpriced. I don't know what it should be. Okay. Here's it's not overpriced if you think about the fact that a number of years ago, an original screen used 1966 Batmobile from the Adam West series that was owned by George Barris, the original creator of the 66 Batmobile.
Right.
It sold at auction for $4.6 million US.
Oh,
So if you think about it like that, 1.5 million for the returns Batmobile is kind of a good deal.
screen used
Screen used.
in good condition.
Yes, I mean it is always hard to like trust screen used, but there is clear indicators like the stunt driver seat, because no one is adding that into their replicas. Um, you hope that there is some paperwork that you want like a paper trail that tells
Yep.
you this is the production paid these people to build this car, it was used for this, it went here. I think I read in the description that it was at like an amusement park for a while next to the Batman ride. What
So it would have
Six
been Six
Flags?
Flags.
Yeah. um
If Abby is still watching, she probably went on a date and saw this Batmobile.
Probably.
Right? I'm
uh,
not. Let's see what it says here. James Bond. We got nothing. We got nothing to do with here with James Bond. New Jersey. Oh, so maybe not.
yeah.
It was up at New Jersey Six Flags, where it was used as a prop for the Batman Returns ride, which, by the way, was a thriller in itself as a suspended looping and twisting roller coaster. After its run here, it's purchased by a co-signer who is an avid movie car collector, Zap. They keep doing Zaps and Pows. This is the wrong movie, guys. But I get what you're doing. I get what you're doing. It's okay, right? It is fine. But they do have the breakdown on everything. See, holy hooks, Batman. What are they doing? Come on, guys. Classic. You can tell these are all old people that run this.
Yeah.
I love that. It's the exterior is literally batshit crazy cool.
It is
That
so
to me is
cool.
the that's the most accurate, right? Like that's so cool. This is really cool. I mean, I really can't get over how awesome. Uh, oh, look at this. Hang on a second here. Just tongue. You know. Oh, I've seen this baby in person. There you go. Somebody
Oh,
has,
New Jersey Six Flags, nice.
right? So it's you know, as someone who does buy these things, and you do have car collection, and you also suffer from a way harder, more stress-inducing form of space danger
Yeah,
than us toy collectors.
I do think it's funny whenever you bring it up on toy anxiety that of my space danger, because my space danger, I think I last time you brought it up on toy anxiety, you talked about, because I think you guys were talking about like detolf like shelves, and you were like, yeah, my buddy Brandon, like he has to build whole new garages, and it's true. We just built a whole new garage just for the American Graffiti collection.
Right? Which to me is insane. Did you
Yeah, and
stylize the new garage? Does it look all like a 1950s something?
right now it's white walls, but that's the plan. The plan is to sort of make it look 50s, 60s in there. Um, yeah, we had bigger aspirations. We're like, oh, we'll do some of the Mel's Diner inside, and then it just the cars are so big. I mean, let's talk about this one.
Yeah.
this
So
car
let's
this
yeah,
car
this
is
is a
like
good
20
segue.
feet long.
Right. So what would you need to build to store something like this?
Well, the average vehicle is like maybe like 14 feet long, let's say.
Okay.
Right? Okay, like the time machine is 14 feet long. My Ghostbusters Ecto 1 is just under 21 feet long. I think there was a dimension in this listing. I remember reading somewhere that it was like 20 feet long.
Brandon,
So,
I think we have a bot in here.
oh,
I think- Sorcerer
that
Brandon. Yeah. Oh, we know who this is. Did they build this from scratch, or is there a body of a normal car underneath? That's a great
there
question.
is. There is. They built it off the chassis of a Chevy Impala. I don't know
See,
the
I
I don't
wouldn't
know
know
the
that.
I don't know the year, but I do know that the base of a Burton Batmobile is a Chevy Impala, which is from American Graffiti. There's a Chevy Impala in American Graffiti that is um, Ron Howard's character's car that he lets Toad drive throughout the film. Is a
Right.
Chevy Impala. But
What?
yeah,
Okay.
Ch- the Impala is also famous from Supernatural. That
Right. Yep.
they drive an Impala. That
That
one's a
which was
60.
also filmed up here around Vancouver, by the way.
Yeah, that one's a 1969 Chevy Impala, I think. So
Right? Yeah. But this
I
car
would
is long. That's what you're trying to
yeah,
tell me.
yeah, it's long. It's long, so if you need space for it, right?
Correct. So this is longer than an Ecto, because an Ecto is also a very long car.
I don't know. The Ecto is 20 feet 10 inches. That's how long the Ecto is.
Right.
And I think this one somewhere said that it was 20 feet. I can't remember. There's a couple articles on this one.
Right. Let's see if
I mean, it's
there's
a big deal.
uh well, they definitely know that it's black.
Yep.
If there's one thing they have about the
The other interesting thing about this is that it's an electric car.
oh
Yeah, it's all batteries because they say in the listing that the new owner should go through the trouble of replacing the batteries because they're the original batteries.
So he was already ahead of his time.
Oh yeah, no, he's a very smart man, Batman.
That's right. I'm trying to see here if
And
there's any.
why would spoiler alert, Bruce Wayne spend his money on gas when he could just have an electric vehicle?
Yeah, because then you can just plug it in in the Batcave.
How do you think the rich stay rich, man?
Yeah, because they already know. They
Yeah.
don't have to worry
So
about it.
they had he had the inside scoop that gas is for lack of a better term gone the way of the dinosaur, and
Yes.
electric vehicles is the future.
Yeah. So again, he already knew. I really want to know how the technology works to just plug in something on underneath the car so that they can steer it remotely as well. I need to
Yeah, I
I
know.
need to
It's such a funny. And then he like reaches down underneath the car and just
he
pulls it out
punches
and
through the bottom
oh, that's
of
what
the
it is. That's right.
which is insane to me, which makes me like,
Yeah.
what is this made out of? Is he punching through metal?
Yeah.
Right? I really hope like if whoever buys this, which I hope is going to be Brandon and I after we go down to the States and get our Powerball tickets and
Yeah.
win.
Oh yeah.
Right? So once we get that and win, uh
Well, you were talking about selling toy anxiety for what was it, 4 billion?
4 billion for toy anxiety, but that'll
Yeah,
have
so
to get split. It'll get split between the four of us. So
I
it'd
know.
be
Well,
1 billion each.
I know you're walking away with 1 billion and
Correct.
yeah.
Right? So we've got someone in mind who wants to buy it, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll find out. I've been
I
talking
think
to
it's
some billionaires.
I think it's so cool. I don't think it should be priced 1.5 million. I think I think at the top end $1 million. And that's like that's because it's like the George Barris one, not only was it was at an auction, so you had two rich people fighting over it to be the person to buy it on live TV. George Barris himself was there presenting the car, drove the car on the stage. You're buying it from George Barris. His name was on the title. He's the one who has owned the car since it was used in the show in 1966. He's the one who made the car. He was very, very famous. Um, you know, a famous car builder outside of movie cars before he got into that. So like
Right.
I understand why that one got up to 4.6 million. Like it was all in the room. You can actually like I've watched the video, but the two guys who are bidding on it, they're sitting right in front of each other in the row, and then they end up flipping a coin because they both were like, "I'm not stopping." So they flip a coin for who was going to place the final bid and take the car home.
That is insane. I can't. Could you imagine being that rich?
No.
No, because man, the amount of I would have every Batmobile. Have you ever gone to the? I think we've talked about this off the air weeks ago. But have you ever done the Warner Brothers tour?
Yeah, I do have every Batmobile. See,
Oh yeah.
I've
Well,
bought
if
them.
that's the case, so do I.
But yes, I have been to Warner Brothers. I highly recommend it if anybody
Yes, me too.
is in the LA area and you're looking for something else to do. The Warner Brothers Studio Tour is fantastic because not only do you get to see some of these incredible Batmobiles and Bat vehicles from the let's say like the Burton and Schumacher movies, but you get to walk down the streets where they shot Batman and Gremlins and Pee Wee's Big Adventure,
Muppets.
the Muppets. Yes, you get to walk through the place that they turned into the lagoon from the opening of the Muppet movie where Kermit sings
Yep.
Rainbow Connection. Like, so you know, yeah.
Spider-Man as well. The Sam Raimi
Oh yeah, that's right.
Spider-Man.
Yes.
It's funny. They call it Hero Alley, and in that alley, uh, not only was the kissing scene from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man film there, but
Hmm.
also they also filmed where Dick Grayson steals the car from
Okay. Yeah.
Batman Forever, and they go, "Oh, it's Bat Boy," and he like chases down
Yeah.
the blacklight neon gang into the alley, and that's all. That's all the same spot
Yeah.
as from Spider-Man. So it's a really cool tour. I do highly recommend it. We are not paid by Warner Brothers to promote
No.
it. However, we both love this stuff,
Yeah.
and it's great.
There was a case of Batman Forever props, and
Yes,
one of the props was the photo of Poison Ivy and Bane getting on
in
that private
disguise.
plane in disguise. I couldn't believe that I was seeing, whether or not it was a real photo or the fact that they like went to archives and printed it for this display. I was like, I cannot believe that I'm getting to like look for at this printed photo of this. And I
Here's
think,
what's Do you want to know something that's really cool? I don't know if we've ever actually talked about this, Brandon. The so uh that same day, the same day I went and did the Warner Brothers tour, I went to DC Comics and I got a tour of the DC Comics office after that tour.
okay,
And my buddy who was working there at the time, unfortunately, he was let go during COVID when Warner Brothers and all that were doing like just flushing everybody out, I guess. I don't know
yeah,
how else to explain it, but he's doing good now, so it's all okay. Uh, he was also the guy that who was giving me the tour was in charge of the DC Comics archives. So he took me down to the
oh,
archives. And down in the archives, they have a case as well of Batman movie props.
wow,
And one of the things down there, they had Catwoman's screen used whip,
oh wow,
Mr. Freeze's gun.
yeah,
But they have it there with like, it's funny how the shelves work because they'll have movie props, and then above the movie props, they'll have like iconic first print issues. Like there's Watchmen #1
yeah,
and The Killing Joke #1. They'll have like all of these like, because they have cabinets too where they have things on display as well as all the leather bound books, just rows and rows and rows of them. And it was just absolutely it is quite something to go down there because it's not just the comic books. They've got all the uh all the stuff for media. So
yeah,
all their media and print media guides are down there. And like
yeah,
from when they first started doing them. So they've got stuff there from like the 30s,
yeah,
right? Still down there, and you could like some stuff there was some stuff I like. Well, it doesn't matter when you're down there. Before you touch anything, you should ask before you're allowed to touch anything.
yeah,
So that's just because I found out after the fact that I guess there's people that have gone like that have had tours that don't ask before they touch things.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I
because
guess
it's not really displayed for the public. It's a special thing, so
it is a
things
special
are
thing.
within reach, right?
Correct. So it was always kind of like, hey, because we were kind of asking, like, hey, can we open this? And he's just, oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, open it, right? And it's just like, certain things we could take photos of, certain things we can't. And man, I'll tell you, like getting to go through there and see all these like you know these guides, these in the archives for like all the merchandise for Batman Returns and stuff. It was like it's
yeah,
absolutely wild. So again,
yeah,
like there's movie props everywhere around the DC offices.
yeah,
And as well as like, and again, like we said, the Warner Brothers tour, if this is your kind of jam and you want to see all these cars, again, do the Warner Brothers tour.
yeah.
Absolutely awesome
The
stuff.
the Batmobile room is unbelievable. There's multiple Batmobiles, Bat Cycles,
That signal,
um, Bat Signal. Yeah, I remember being so excited about like the Batman Forever representation in that room,
yes.
and just like the vehicles from Forever, because they're like once,
Well,
like,
they had Robin's and Batgirl's motorcycles from
yes,
Batman and Robin.
exactly. And those
It was
designs are insane. They're like razors. Like,
apparently the fastest vehicle in that room is Batgirl's cycle.
oh yeah.
That's what it clocks, and the tumbler was in there,
Yes, that's right. But
and
I
we
was
know
not
that
as
thing can
excited
go.
about that.
Yeah, it's just a block of cheese.
I totally agree. Like, even to like those Jada Batmobiles toys. One of the other ones is the Justice League Batmobile, and I don't even like that one. Like, I don't like
Do
I
you know
don't
what
like
I?
the big military ones. It
Yeah.
doesn't.
Do you know what I would have loved the Justice League, the Batfleck Batmobile, if they just took the guns off.
Yeah,
If they took the guns off, I think I would really, really like that. The
I just don't
tumbler
think I
to
like
me
the
looks like it
front.
was made by N64. It's got just
Yeah,
the blocks, the ridges, but I like that
and
it has the escape pod cycle. I do like
yeah,
that.
this is my favorite Batmobile. This hands
The
down
new
is
one.
my.
Hang
Yeah,
on.
oh yeah,
Let's stop doing that. Let's get you bigger. Yeah, that's my favorite as well right now. But right now, I'm also like, I'm super high on the Batman, and it is my favorite Batman movie right now. It did bump
I
Mask of the
just.
Phantasm out of the top spot.
Oh wow,
It did.
that's
Yeah, it's just so
wow.
good. It's so good.
I just realized there's a big reference with the single turbine in the back. It just occurred to me.
Yeah, they do a little bit of everything in this. That Batmobile, when you look at it, it it has the wings, the back wings of the Batman animated series. The very back is like Batman 66,
Yeah,
and then the car itself is like the Dodge Charger from the comics from the 70s, early 80s.
missed opportunity to put bat symbols on the
Oh,
center cap. So,
I feel like that's coming. I still have this very strong feeling that Matt Reeves is doing what they were doing with the James Bond reboots, and I think
oh
he's eventually going to become a Batman that we like.
yeah,
It's gonna have the blue and the gray and the yellow, and
yeah.
I think he's gonna have this crazy Batmobile. I think it's I don't know. My gut tells me that's where he's going.
I know this isn't toy anxiety, but I got
Those are all. Wait, who makes those? I know I have
these.
the.
Yeah, they're all Jada.
They're all Jada. I have
Yeah,
the
these are the die cast.
our buddy Paulie, also a member of the SOC. He gave me his Batmobile from Jada.
Yeah, so you have the unavailable in Canada 1/18th scale one, I think it
1/18.
is.
Yep.
Yeah,
Slightly bigger. Yep.
yeah. And
Lights
this,
up the whole bit.
I know, this is all we can get in Canada. We don't have special friends like Paul
Well,
that give us that give
you
us that
do.
give us. I know, but he gave you the Batmobile. Whatever.
Yeah.
I
Well,
have to. I have to.
it's funny. I think he even has a little bit of like I think he's also a little bummed out that he gave that away to me, because when that movie was coming out, I was so excited. He gave it to me before the movie was even out, and he was like, "I'm not really that interested. This movie's kind of
Yeah,
like whatever. I'm a MCU guy," and he was doing his thing, and I was like, "Yeah, like I'm stoked, yeah." Like, and I was trying to like keep my expectations at bay because DC has
they're
burned me so many times.
they're
Yeah,
everywhere. Sorry, I love this car so
yes,
much.
I have the
I think
Hot
it's
Wheels version too. Did you get the Lego one?
no, I didn't buy the Lego one. I got these ones, the little nanos.
Oh, that's
Uh,
cool. See, I would. Those are almost micro machine size. Hey,
yeah, I think these things are so cool.
those are cool. But yeah, I remember Paul giving it to me. Then after he saw the movie, he was like, "I kind of regret giving that
I
to
know
you."
it's so cool. I got you. I got you. Love
Penguin's
it.
so
Yeah.
good too. Oh man, let's catch up with the chat. Uh, Abby says we're not selling toy anxiety for 1 million each. Abby, that's 2 million in your household alone.
Billion,
So
billion,
yeah,
billion.
that's 2 billion in your household. Maybe we should divide it up by household. If it's 4 billion, we should divide it up by household.
You know how many Eternias Craig could buy with $1 billion and all the
You could
calico critters, Abigail? Oh my God. You could
That's a lot
buy
of
calico critters
We
and
could
you could
buy a
just,
studio and restart Toy Anxiety and start Toy Goblins. Come on. Think about it. It would almost be like, but we'd recreate it to look like we'd all be in the same room, but it would all look like the back. So
yeah,
it'd be like Wayne's World.
yes, like it's Wayne's basement, but it's not.
Good. I think this is regarding the price of the Batmobile. You got to remember, this is from Justin. Keaton nostalgia is high right now, and you are not wrong.
Yeah. It's
Flashpoint's coming
high,
out
it's
soon.
high but unsuccessful, right? Like there's been so much, I mean, obviously with the Batgirl
Yep.
movie being pulled, right? So we've yet to see him, but yeah, you're right. The nostalgia is high because we're all wishing there is a project that's completely, gone that we're not going to get to see, and then there's another project that we don't know if we're going to get to see it that he's
Right.
supposed to be in,
Called
right?
Flashpoint. So we don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
You're right. It's like we're almost there, but we're not quite there. From Christopher, man, I remember the McDonald's Batmobile that ejected into the Bat cycle to the cycle vehicle. I think I have that. I think I still have one in its little baggie too.
Do you have a
S-
set of the McDonald's glasses? I know those
oh,
are everywhere, but
dude, I have like 4 sets, and that's all I drink from because they're the best. One of our listeners too, Bobby Love, he sent me the Batman and Robin like Slurpee
oh,
style mug
sorry.
of Batman and Mr. Freeze.
I have another Batman. I have another Batman collectible in here. I just remembered.
Okay, well he gets
So
that. I'll keep going through
you
the
have
chat.
one too.
Oh, oh, okay. Helpless old lady, 12 o'clock. Hi. Yes, I remember. Justin Young, their their study smells like rich mahogany. Oh my gosh. All right, Dustin. Thank you for joining us, Dustin. If I had a Batmobile, I would let the top down and bump Tracy Chapman's fast car. Yes, Pickle D, welcome. Hey, you're late, but you made it. That's all good. Sorry I'm late. The 89 Batmobile is my ride. I love the Lego model. Uh, you know what? I love the Lego models too. Oh, yes, I do have one of those. The Mr. Freeze cardboard standee. Because you know what? We all need those. You're gonna have them stand there? Oh
Yeah.
gosh. Dustin, blue and gray Battinson would be great. That's the one I want the most. Anything that kind of resembles that era of Batman, I love it. That's my
As
Batman.
long as he keeps the eye makeup on, I'm happy.
Oh yes. Yeah, it'll still be blue, right?
Yeah. Or purple, better yet, purple eye makeup with the blue cowl.
Yeah. Derp, welcome back. Toy Connections. Welcome to the show. Saw the title and clicked right away. Well, you missed most of it. We went through that
We
Batmobile.
bought it. We bought it.
We bought it. We just went for it. We split the
We just
cost.
yeah,
I had to sell some hot toys.
yeah. I had to sell all of these vehicles, but I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yeah. Well, too bad you didn't discuss storyboards. Like I said at the beginning of the show, Derp, I want to do it when Lexi is here because she saw him too. We got to go through them at some point. Tell you, says, does Duel sleep from Toy Anxiety to Gotham City tonight? No. There's no time. There's no time for rest. Lifelong Toy Collector. Nice to see you.
Nice to
Cop.
see you.
You know what the best kind of cop is? A copsicle.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
Vickman, welcome back to the show. I went to a Lego store yesterday, and the prices of the Batmobile were so high that I better backed up the Eternia. Dude, I get it. Lego is not cheap, but
No.
and here's what's also is crazy about Lego is that like you could buy Lego, and if you want it as an investment, you could open it. I think you probably still get your money back, even if you sold it later. But it's like it only goes up in value as long as you keep it sealed in the box.
Yeah.
It's wild, or at least keep the minifigs.
I absolutely love Lego. I have 3 Lego sets that I'm just waiting to build. I got a DeLorean, Jurassic Park set. I've got the Optimus Prime Transformer. I just haven't had time to build them. Plus, the boxes look so nice, so they're just displayed right now.
Yeah, but who has time? Not
I
when
would
we're always
love to
doing
build
this.
that Batmobile.
Not
I
when we're doing this and playing Ghostbusters.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Christopher, waiting for the Batman Fast and Furious crossover for cars. Yes. Yes. Give me that. If you've ever read Batman White Knight, that's the closest we're going to get to a Batman version of Fast and Furious. Because him and each one of his sidekicks grab one of the cars. They each grab a different one. And it's each one from a movie or cartoon. And that's when they just race around the city. It's pretty cool. So if you haven't read that, Batman White Knight, give it a shot. Sean Gordon Murphy. He's the artist and writer for that. Great stuff. Yeah, Derp. Okay, I wasn't here for the beginning of the show. Sorry, but anything intriguing that caught your eye from it so far? This is what caught my eye so far. So for those who don't know, last week we were talking about phases and we were talking about James Gunn, and we were talking about him getting at, like, he's now in control of the DC expanded universe. And Derp had a whole like thing going on where he's like, I have a pitch. He was ready to go. He was not lying. He messaged us on Instagram. It is a full breakdown of a phase one. And it is extremely detailed. And there's a lot in there, and there's a lot of love put into it for sure. This is someone who definitely gives a shit about these franchises. And what caught my eye, believe it or not, was something that was missing. I was surprised Wonder Woman was not in your phase one, because to me, she's probably the second most important character in. Sorry, Batman. Batman, you're actually bumped down to number 3 for the Trinity. I think Superman and Wonder Woman are the two most important characters in DC Comics.
Wow. For a show called Gotham City Tonight, that's
I know, but we do talk a lot about Superman on here too.
I know.
gotta love it. Yeah, right. The Bat family. Exactly. All the kids. The White Knight books are some of the best Bat stuff in the last 10 years. That is a bold statement, sir, with Tom King at the helm of writing some of the best Batman I've ever read. But you know what? I do agree as well. It is alternate universe stories of Batman, but the artwork is beautiful. The stories are fun, and it takes some really cool twists. So again, if you hit your local comic book store this weekend, because you want to like hang out with us next week while we review, the 30th anniversary of the death of Superman, check out and see if they've got Batman the White Knight. I think if there's a lot of people that just watch movies, don't read comics. If you are one of those, I think the White Knight is a great entry point. Because it feels like you're looking at a movie.
That's cool. I'll check that out.
Yeah,
I haven't read that one.
And and now even the Matt Reeves, like all that stuff, it's all like they're doing comic book tie-ins and all this stuff. It's crazy.
Is that Paul Dano Riddler?
It's out.
Comic that it's out
December.
Oh, December.
I
definitely will get that. I definitely want to read that.
Yes, me too. That's I love that. The next thing I want to talk about quickly here. I know we're probably going to talk about it again when Lexi is back. But I do want to bring it up because they did announce this week that they are doing the Batman in concert.
Yeah, very cool.
They're going to play clips. Like, we've all been there. We've been to these things where they've done Lord of the Rings in concert, Jurassic Park in concert, Star Wars in concert. This is the first time they're doing any of the Batman movies in concert. This includes 89. This includes the Christopher Nolan ones. I think Christopher Nolan's ones. I think even the Dark Knight trilogy. Craig's probably going to give me shit for this, for giving it some praise, but I think that one too would be really good in concert if they did the Dark Knight trilogy. I'll be on it. Oh man, I always feel like I'm ripping on the Snyderverse, and people just think I'm a hater. Uh, but I would love to see Man of Steel in concert. I think that soundtrack is amazing. I am not. I'm on the fence of how I feel about Batman versus Superman in concert, because it seems just very loud. However, if they did the Wonder Woman theme in concert, and
Yeah,
just her
just that.
theme,
Yeah.
just that song, yeah, I would be all over it.
Yeah,
Absolutely, I think that's one of
that's
the
a
best.
great theme song. That
It is
really is.
so good. It is so good. They killed it. But they announced Batman European and US tour of 2023. Uh, funny. I have the graphic on my phone. Why don't I have it on my? Why don't I have it on my computer? That was really dumb of
Just
me.
show your phone.
Showing my phone. You'll find it all over Instagram and Twitter. They do have European dates. Not get this. They don't actually have a lot of dates.
No,
Um, they don't have a lot of them.
and they're not coming to Canada.
And they're not coming to Canada, so looks like I'm crossing the border. They're starting off in London. They're doing that March 18th, Zurich, in March 19th, Paris, March 24th. I think I might go to that one. Berlin, March 29th, Dusseldorf in March 31st. And then they're heading to Los Angeles, April 15th. Unfortunately, I have a wedding that night, and that's the closest one to me. I can't. What a bunch of BS. I can't believe that, but it's okay. I'll be in Los Angeles for that wedding on that day. Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Anyways, what I do for friends. Washington, D.C., April 22nd, Miami, Florida, April 28th, and they're finishing it off in Chicago, May 6th. I am highly tempted. If I can get a good flight to Paris for the March 24th show, I will 100% do it. I have never been to France. I've had no reason to go to France outside of Disney Paris, because I just want to do that Haunted Mansion, which is a very long flight and a very expensive stay to go on one ride, which is why I've never done it. However, now if you're
But
going to
now
tell
it's
me,
yeah,
yeah, right,
one
if I
ride
get
and one show,
in
worth it.
one show, which is on my birthday, I
Mm-hmm.
think that is a wonderful gift to give myself, which would be eating baguettes, drinking wine, eating cheese, watching Batman in concert.
Yeah,
I think
and
that would be
listening
amazing.
to that score.
The the other thing that kind of like makes me go, I wish I was going to the LA one. The one in Los Angeles, you know how Los Angeles is. There's movie stars that live in Los Angeles. There's probably a better chance of like Matt Reeves showing up
Yeah,
at that concert. Do you know what I mean? So it's
yeah.
like, that's the one you don't want to miss. But I have no say. I made prior commitments, and yep, that's life. That's sometimes how it goes. So I'm either thinking that, or I was even thinking Chicago, May 6th. By that time, I will be absolutely done and rolled off of Spider-Verse. It's really hard to tell if I will be rolled off of it by March. Uh, but I definitely would be by May 6th. Plus, I love Chicago. Chicago is also it's probably my least favorite Gotham City, but it's a Gotham City nonetheless. Therefore, it gets props for being such a thing. And on top of that, too, let's face it, The Dark Knight is probably one of the most influential movies of that time. Uh, regardless of what you think of that trilogy overall, The Dark Knight does stand out as a very, very good movie. So I think it would be
It's an
kind of cool.
important film.
Yes. Yeah, I think so. And it would be kind of cool to go see, just to be like, hey, I went to Chicago, saw Batman in concert. How cool is
Yeah,
that? If you ever go on the website too for this Batman in concert, if you scroll down, they do have the logo for Batman 89.
yeah.
Uh,
I'm on the website right now. I was just looking at that.
It's hang on. What is the website again? I'll pull it up.
DCFilmsInconcert.com.
Right. DC films in concert. Concert. Right. Okay. Hang on. Why won't this go? I don't know how to type, folks. I'm sorry. But yeah, they have the Batman 89 one, so which means they should be doing that one.
Yeah.
I also hope they do the John Williams score for I can't get this thing to pull up properly. Anyways, not a bummer. The it could be because it's a work computer. I don't know. Anyways, I think it's really cool that they are doing this. I do love this kind of stuff. I think this movie score is great. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
I pre-ordered the Mondo release of the Batman three record set, and I just got a email last week that it's it's on its way. It should be here mid-November. I'm very, very excited.
I really, really wish that I like, or not really. I do wish that Funko, because the Funko head HQ is not too far from us. I
Hmm.
hope they do a Mondo store in the same area.
Yes, yes.
Oh, it's not really loading for me. See what I mean? Anyways, that's what it looks like.
Yep. DCFilms in
In concert.
concert.com.
Yep, there it is. It's not really loading for me at the moment, but yeah, no, it's super cool. I honestly can't wait because I really want to go. I will find a way to go. I
Well,
mean,
I think if they do an 89 Batman, you'd have to make it a point to go to the LA show because I mean that's where Danny Elfman lives, and
right?
Danny Elfman. I mean I don't know where they're actually doing the show. I always just assume like every big show happens at the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah, same
In
here. I feel like it's the same thing, but they haven't really said which one it is,
where is it
have they?
taking place?
Hang
I'm
on.
looking to see if it's on the
I think you
Dolby
can buy
Theater.
the. Oh, yep, you're right.
It's in the Dolby Theater,
Chicago,
which is
Illinois
I
Auditorium,
is the Dolby Theater like right on Hollywood Boulevard.
Washington D.C. Warner
Yeah,
Theater. Yeah, and the Dolby Theater. Very
I think
cool.
I think the Dolby Theater is where the Academy Awards happen.
You are correct. They should give me a red carpet for that.
Yeah, I've seen the building, but that's going to be a cool show. So if you're in the area, you got to go check out the Batman in concert.
Right. And
Experience the Cape Crusader like never before at the Batman in concert. Watch Batman unravel the mysteries of Gotham City as a live symphony orchestra performs the captivating score alongside the film. I wonder if it's the whole movie. It says 8
and
to 11 p.m.
8 to 11 and oh, I
So
don't
it's
know
just
if
like a
it's the
live.
same thing. We might be getting a bunch of scores. Batman 89, Flash
Yeah.
is listed, Black Adam, Aquaman, the Justice League. They didn't say which version.
Hmm.
The picture of the Justice League is
Yep.
not in
I
black and
know.
white, so don't get your hopes up.
I was gonna say the exact same thing.
It's not in black and white. Don't get your hopes up, folks.
Yeah. The poster's not 4-3. Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah. That's correct. Hang on, it's the Chris Price saw Death of Superman today. Looked depressing. It's not depressing. It is it's hopeful. At least I hope so. I haven't read it yet. I'm gonna assume, I'm gonna assume that's what it is. I don't know. Without Batman versus Superman, we wouldn't have the Wonder Woman theme. It's just like we said. Yep, the best one. It's the best one by far.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of those scores are forgettable. I think that's a big part of it too. Like I can't think of certain themes from the Justice League or even Batman versus Superman, I can't really think of themes other than, the one like Wonder
Wonder
Woman's
Woman
theme.
theme.
But I even think of like the new Batman. It's so simple, but it just like the dun 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 dun. Like it's so ingrained in me already, and I love it so much. But a lot of those other themes, and the same can be said for even Marvel music, right? Like um, there's a lot of yeah, exactly. I know what that means.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as like when someone writes like na 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 na. You're like, I know
Yes,
what it is,
this is almost that's
right?
almost the darker version of it,
Yeah,
is what this
yeah.
is. The
Na na na
but
na
if
na.
they do the Christopher Reeve Superman in concert, I would love that.
Oh, that's what you were talking about
Yeah.
when you were talking about John Williams. Yes, sorry. Yes. And again, like so iconic and so recognizable.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Again, yeah, you're right.
But I
And
look at the Justice League poster and I can't think of a Justice League
yeah,
theme or
neither
score.
neither can I. And I know
And
well, let's be honest, the whole Justice League drama in general is a bit of a hot mess.
oh yeah,
And I feel like the soundtrack reflects that as well, because I remember Danny Elfman did that score. And he
that's
was
right.
talking about, and he said, "Oh, there's a mix of '89 in there, and you'll hear hints of John Williams." And I like but it's not those characters, so everything always felt like a bit of a jumbled, you know.
I forgot that it was Danny Elfman.
Yeah,
I love Danny Elfman.
we all
Hmm,
do.
I might have to revisit the score and just think about it in those terms. But yeah, it's sorry, Danny, it's not one of your best.
Yeah. See, here we go. See, most people remember the 2000s theme for Justice League. Correct. Justice League Unlimited, that has a theme song I can remember, because uh well, again, those cartoons are just fantastic. And hang on, it was Shirley something. Oh gosh, why can't I remember her first name? She has passed away. She did the scores for all those Bruce Timm verse.
Hmm.
Tim verse, Paul Dini verse, whatever you want to call him. She did Shirley Walker. Haha. Got it before the chat. The uh the she's awesome, and she did, like, again, she's done most of those themes. I'm actually not even sure if she did Justice League, to be honest. But she's the first person I think of when I think of any of those animated theme songs. She's and if they did Batman animated series live as well, oh man, I would be all for that, because for anyone who doesn't know, Batman animated series was the last animated series to be scored by a full orchestra.
Hmm.
That was the last one. Everything after that's all been synthesized.
Yeah. Hmm.
So there you go. There's some tidbits for you. So it'd be great to see those. It'd be great to see Batman animated series in concert as well, because it's got some haunting themes as well. And I'm pretty sure if a lot of the times you hear the characters' themes in the title cards in Batman animated series. So if it's like, again, anything with Mr. Freeze, you know it right away. Harley
Yeah.
Quinn, Joker, those are another ones, very distinct theme songs. Uh, Again, Shirley Walker just killed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're at a 1:15. Did an hour and 15 minutes tonight. We did pretty good.
Hmm.
But it's late, so we're gonna head out. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you everyone who's in the chat. Thank you for everyone who came early. Thank you to everyone who came late. Thank you to everyone who's gonna listen on the rewatch. Uh, hope I learned a lot of new things about the car today I didn't know about. So thank you, Brandon, for coming on here. Do you have any final thoughts before we head out?
I'm excited that you and I are going to own this screen used Batman Returns Batmobile. Um, it's going to be fun to drive around in it. No, I guess if any of you are interested, you can follow me on all the social medias at BC DeLorean is our name, and I try to post as much as possible. Um, but yeah, it's kind of just a fun thing I do with my family. Take these movie cars out and show them to people. So yeah, BC DeLorean on all social media. You can follow us there, and there's lots of pictures of our movie cars
Hang
on
on,
on those sites.
give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna just quickly pop on to your
Sure.
website.
Yeah, I think the Batmobile is. I really love the design of that Tim Burton Batmobile. I think the direction Schumacher takes it is a little crazy, but
Right,
those movies are crazy. Like that's in that world, in Schumacher's world it works, but you couldn't see Schumacher's Batmobile in Tim Burton's Gotham. But there's
right.
just and honestly, it's just like the inclusion of like silver, right? That like having the big shiny silver pieces in the Schumacher Batmobile. But yeah, the big long Batmobile, I think it's such a cool look, and that's why I'm not a big fan of the Tumbler or the Justice League one. They're just I understand the
You have a fire truck?
I have two fire trucks.
Jeez Louise.
They're boring though. They're just old fire trucks.
Oh, no big deal. No big deal. Right, but there is an ecto. Oh, everything's loading so slow tonight.
There it is. There she is.
You'll see this all over my Instagram as well. Very cool stuff. Brandon, thank you so much for joining. I got no last
Yeah.
words
Thank you for
outside
having
of
me.
outside of, I'll be back next week Wednesday. We're going to do a review of Black Adam, and then we'll be back. Lexi and I both will be back on Friday night next week. While she does her Gen Con stuff on Wednesday. So we'll be back together, and we're going to do comic book reviews. We're going to make predictions on what Jason Momoa was saying James Gunn is giving him, what he's wanted the
His
entire
dream.
time, his dream. I don't know what I don't know Jason Momoa personally at all. So I can't even begin to guess what his dream could be. And yes, Justin, give me Mask of the Phantasm in concert. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%. You know what? We're going to go through our phases as well. Next week and talk about it. So, yes, thank you so much, Brandon, for coming out, hanging out. Thank you everyone again for tuning in. And you know what? We will see you next week. And yes, we will talk about Lobo. Yes, everyone, have a great night. And we'll see you next week.